Hi everybody, I want to show you a few apps for the iPad and kind of give you something to think about for over the summer about maybe not these particular apps, but something like that exists out there that would be great for you to use in your online or hybrid course. You could come into the studio here, use our green screen in the way I'm going to show you right now, and make something really beautiful and powerful for students to see in an online environment. So got a few things I'm just going to kind of take a little tour and show you. So start out with the brain. This one's called 3D Brain, and it allows you to look at the major structures. This is the cheap version. I'm sure that the HD version has more bells and whistles. You can look at the structures though, and you can sort of scroll through. So let's look at Wernicke's area, for example, and that is on the left hemisphere temporal lobe. And so you can do your anatomy talk about brain function, talk about this particular language area related to semantic processing, as opposed to Broca's area, for example, that's syntactic processing in the frontal lobe. So that's the brain app. And another app is, let's just think about maps for a second. Here's a map app called History Maps of the World. And I've got some World War II maps here queued up. So let's look at, this is one of the Pacific, and I can zoom in and scroll around, talk about different regions. This is the reach of greatest extent of Japanese control that I'm looking at here on this map. I can look at older maps. I could look at medieval maps. Here's a medieval map, 1598. Talk about how our concept of geography evolved. So that's the map, and obviously Google Maps or Google Earth are great apps for the iPad. Let's look at big picture, solar system. This is Solar Walk, and this is an app that allows you to explore the solar system and the galaxy. Actually, it takes you out to stars, lets you look at different types of stars and planets with their moons. It's a lot of video in this one, so it takes a second to load. And so it drops you right into the solar system. And takes you to Earth. And there's our moon. You can rotate and go to other planets. So there's Mars, and Deimos, and Phobos. And you can get in somewhat on these planets, not terribly detailed though. And there is an HD version as well. And then you can go directly to stars here. And you can get information about that particular star. So it tells you a lot about the properties of that star. So that's Solar Walk. This is another interesting app. It's kind of a game. It's called Powers of -10, and it allows you to look at the human body and then pretty much dive right in. So let's have a look at that. You start out just looking at a hand. This is another app that is pretty visually intensive, and so it takes it a second to load. Right? And then you just zoom in. You can look at the skin. This is the skin. You can go in further. Now you're in the skin. Okay, you can go in further. We're in the cytoplasm. You can go in further. Now we're in a chromosome. Go in further. And now we're looking at DNA. And you can scroll through, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. There you go. Okay, that's kind of a cool one. And there are, in general, a lot of anatomy apps available for the iPad. So anything you can find, we can help you to display it like this and make something great for students. This one's called Photopedia, and it has the ability to create stories basically with pictures, and you can bookmark those that exist, or you can create your own. And these are the gardens in Victoria. And the pictures just come across really nicely with the iPad on the green screen here. And so you can use your own pictures and or anything that you can find. So you could go to, historic places around the world and create your own picture lecture. So we've looked at 5 different apps, and although these might not be the greatest ones for you in particular, I think that they'll pique your imagination, and look around and see what you can find, and bring it in, and we'll set you up so that you can make your lectures just like this and put them into Canvas for your students. Okay, thanks everyone.